Alright guys, we're back at the former 50's school where there had been a farm before, and we're gridding sort of on the final swaths of this whole area. We've been all over where I figure the foundation was, south of it, around it, and now we're a bit north of it, between it and the soccer fields. And had a screaming 80s signal. Seemed larger. Thought it might be a buckle down there, but it's something. Oh, it's definitely from the farm period, but it's no idea what it is. She's an oldie. She's brass. I think it's got a bit of iron on there too, but yeah, very interesting. Oh, I forgot to mention we've had a ton of rain in the last 24 hours or so, and we're not dealing with super hard ground anymore. This stuff is just like butter now. I'm so relieved. I was hoping, because this place was really, I mean, it's a school, so the ground is super compacted, but with that rain we got, it's made the ground just perfect now. And had a loud signal, sounded like a coin, but I was turning it much deeper, and had a few of these around here too, just hunks of lead. I don't know what it's from, but we're getting the lead out and getting a bit of scrap. Alright, well, we're at the edge of the soccer field, near at the ends, and had a 60s, mid to high 60s, and this thing came out. Unfortunately, I think it's a blinger. I do not see any markings, and stuff sticks to it. If it was gold, that would shine up like really quickly, but it seems like there's some sort of plating on that. It's got a little stone in the middle, but again, probably zirconia or something like that. But yeah, it's very interesting. That's too bad though. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't have the weight. It doesn't feel that heavy either. But we'll have to confirm at home. I can't see anything on it right now, but we'll check it out. Check it out later, and we'll get back to you. Well, that didn't take long to get another decent signal, and not a coin, but I don't know what this thing is. Seems like it's brass of some sort, but I don't know if it's horse tack from the farm or what. But yeah, looks very interesting. Well, this thing rang up pretty high, and looks like we got ourselves a dog name tag. It says Angel. It's a local phone number, but that's all, and that thing is pretty rusty. So this thing's been sitting here for quite a while, I'm thinking. Crazy. Oh man, this was a deep squeaker. But I'm surprised it squeaked that much though, and I think we have ourselves a large cent. Oh, that is so sweet. This will be my third out of this particular farm property. Yeah, it's small enough to be, it's not big enough to be a colonial. I wonder if that's an 1859, because that looks very thin, like one of the older largies. That would be super cool if it was, or if it was an 1858, which would be even sweeter. Oh yeah, it's definitely a largie. What do we got here? Oh, it's definitely a Vicky or an Eddie. I'll have to give her a clean up and see what we got. Oh yeah, let's get that sucker cleaned up. Oh, I knew it by the thinness of that edge. We got ourselves a crownless Vicky which means we got ourselves an 1858 or 1859, but we got the more common 1859. Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, this thing was definitely lost a long time ago. Probably as it was being farmed. This is probably one of those farm drops, farm field drops, when this was a farm field way back in the day. Very cool. That is super, super sweet. Not bad shape either. Holy crap, guys, not far from that largie. We had this little green thing, and I wasn't sure if it was a shot shell, but I found one of these before. Actually, it was longer though. And this sucker is old. We got a CD Leet rimfire shell. And these things are from the 1860s. The last one I pulled was out of the lake, so it definitely did not look green like this. But that is crazy. Yeah, someone fired off a round and lost a largie at the same time, probably in the 1860s. That is so cool. Oh, this was a deep one, and got ourselves a KG6. Geez, I think that large scent was shallower than this one. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I have to really crank up the sensitivity to get the signals here. I think they filled it in a bit back in the day. Probably some regrading when they built the school back in the 50s. Very cool. Oh, we're at the end of the last swath on this area, and got ourselves a young Lizzie 1961. Yeah, I think we're gonna go in some other spots where we found other stuff. Since it's rain now, we'll see if things pop out more and see if there's some silver that we missed. Well, I finished off that, and now I swinging around randomly where I've been before, and right in the middle of the swale, and pretty deep down. We got ourselves a 44 wheat. Like I said, they had a ball diamond that straddled this this swale back in the day, so I'm sure they scraped off the topsoil and dug out the ditch and then put the topsoil back, so things are going to be all mixed up and stuff. Well, we've been going over a lot of areas we've been before, and we've picked up quite a few modern pennies. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s stuff. I just had a very, very deep squeaker, and probably rounding out the night. We got a 55 young Liz. Nice. Not too bad. 50s from a 50s school, and then an 1850s from a 50s school. Crazy stuff.